Hello guys. So after you have gone a little bit through the first part of complex compounds or coordination compounds in chemistry, that is in class 12, and some of you are in also class 10th, I know, doing the same course under me. So today we are going to discuss a very important theory. First of all, which is the first theory which explained us what is coordination compounds or complex compounds. Okay. So it was done by Warner. The name is Warner, it's not David Warner, it is something else. So this is Werners, it is not Warners. It's definitely not David Warner. So he was a Nobel laureate on, I think got Nobel Prize in 1913, which was the same year I think Tagore also got the Nobel Prize. So he got the Nobel for making our already complicated life more complex by introducing a new kind of compounds, that is complex compounds. Okay? So just not wasting any more time, I'll go into the postulates of Werner's coordination theory. So first we'll go into the postulates. So don't worry, I'm not going to make it point by point postulate that you need to learn by heart. You are going to understand it. It is very easy and interesting also. So to see, the first thing is, as we know, in a complex ion or in a complex compound, there is a central metal or ion. Okay? So there is a central metal or ion. Okay? There is a central metal or ion. Now this central metal or ion in normal cases have some valencies that we know. Okay? So this has some valency. So see, this valency that we know, already we know about that atoms and metals, whether it's a metal or an ion. ठीक है ना? Atom है या ion है, they will have some valency. So normal valency that we know about some valency 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, that valency is called primary valency. ठीक है ना? Primary valency. ठीक है? In case of complex compound, there is another kind of valency that comes into picture. That is called secondary valency. Don't be afraid, don't be overwhelmed also, just try to understand, it's an easy thing. Okay? So this primary valency is normally in compounds. What do you see? Primary valency, suppose let's take one compound NaCl. So sodium is the metal, it has a valency of 1, and this is satisfied by whom? This is satisfied by chloride ions, right? So if it is +1, it is -1, satisfied by chloride ions. ठीक है ना? In case of complex compounds, this primary valency is also similarly satisfied by anions. Remember, primary valencies will always be satisfied by anions. Primary valency means that valency which needs electron to satisfy its octet. ठीक है ना? जो नॉर्मल सीखे हो, ठीक है, ज्यादा एबनॉर्मल मत सोचो, एकदम नॉर्मल, टू सेटिस्फाई इट्स ऑक्टेट. So to satisfy its octet, it will be supplied by electrons from anions. ठीक है ना? Next is secondary valency. Now this secondary valency is also called non-ionizable valency. Non-ionizable valency. Yeah, non-ionizable valency. We are going to understand why it is called non-ionizable. So just for your information sake, this is also called ionizable valency. Okay? So this is ionizable valency, this is non-ionizable valency. Okay? So that is secondary valency, also called non-ionizable valency. Now this is also have to be satisfied. So this is something that also needs to be satisfied. Valencies has to be satisfied. Okay? So this is satisfied by number 1, it can be satisfied by anions. Okay? It can be satisfied by neutral molecules. Already learned all these things, right? It can be neutral molecules also, right? NH3 हो सकता है, ठीक है ना? Sometimes it may be cations also. Cations. Sometimes. For example, if you want to know, I will give you some example. NO plus is there, then NH2, NH3 plus. Okay? This is also a cation which satisfies secondary valency. Okay? So, if you see all these things that you can see over here, it can be anion, okay? It can be cation, it can be neutral molecules also. So all these things which satisfies the secondary valency are called ligands. So who satisfies secondary valency? Ligands satisfies secondary valency. Ligands can be anions, ligands can be neutral molecules like NH3, CO, okay? And ligands can also be cation sometimes. Examples already given. Clear? Next is what are ligands and why they are called ligands also. That is also important. So now you are going to understand the difference between the primary valency and secondary valency. So at this moment I need to rub this. Okay? So I hope you have copied all these things. So we are going to study about ligands. So this is satisfied by ligands, right? So what are ligands? Remember, ligands don't get detached from metal atom or ion on aqueous solution. What does this mean? This means ligand is what? It satisfies secondary valency. So ligand is say NH3 I can take. So I'll take Cu NH3 whole 4 SO4. You put this in water and it will definitely ionize. This will give you the blue color, deep blue color solution due to this ion, and this is separated, but never this NH3 is going to get separated. That is why it is ligand. So you see over here, when I try to ionize this or try to dissociate this compound in water by having aqueous solution, this SO4 minus or SO42 minus, sorry, this sulfate ion gets dissociated from the salt, but this doesn't. So this sulfate ion basically is satisfying the primary valency of the metal copper, but NH3 satisfies the secondary valency of the metal copper. This primary valency gets ionized in water, sulfate is getting ionized in water, but NH3 is not getting ionized, not getting separated in water. So that is why it is called non-ionizable valency. Okay? It doesn't get separated in water. Okay? Now each metal atom or ion, each metal atom or ion has a specific number. See, any metal like iron 2 plus, so it has a valency of 2, or iron 3 plus, it will have a valency of 3, copper can have valency of 1, can have valency of 2. So there are some specific numbers, right? But for each ion, the primary valency is same. For Fe2 plus, valency is 2. So similarly, for each metal atom or ion, they have a specific number of secondary valency. ठीक है, this number is called coordination number. So now you understand what is coordination number discussed in previous class. So this is the number that is called coordination number. So if I ask you what is the coordination number in this compound for copper, the coordination number will be 4. Okay, because it is only the number of secondary valency, not the primary valency. Okay, so I hope you have understood the basic postulate. The first part of it is copy it down. So you copied everything at this moment. So let us now take 2 examples, 1 or 2 or maybe 3, to understand more about this thing, this Warner's theorem. Okay, you will understand a little bit more. So we'll take first example with cobalt. Okay? First example with cobalt. Hexaamine cobalt trichloride. That's what we are going to take. First of all, we are going to identify each and every part of this formula to make our concept crystal clear. This part, this one, this is basically central metal ion. Central metal ion. Okay. Next is this total part. If you see, this part is the complex ion part, right? So you can, this is called coordination sphere. Coordination sphere. Okay? This part is the part that satisfies the primary valency or the ionizable valency. This is called ionization sphere. Okay, this is called ionization sphere. So as you can see, this ionization sphere contains the primary valency, that is the anion that satisfies the primary valency. ठीक है ना? Anions that satisfy the primary valency. So how many primary valencies does it satisfy? There are 3 chlorides. So 1 chloride valency is 1. So it must satisfy 3 valencies. So it satisfies 3 primary valency. ठीक है ना? Clear? 1 chloride, 1 valency. 3 chlorides, 3 valencies. So that means it must have satisfied 3 valencies. ठीक है? Next is this part. This is nothing but the ligand. Right? It satisfies the secondary valency. Why it doesn't satisfy the primary valence? Because the ligand is neutral. Neutral ligands. You write it down. Neutral ligands doesn't satisfy primary valence. Okay? Because while I have explained you the primary valency part, I have written it is satisfied by anions. So it may be a part of ionization sphere. Anion may be a part of ionization sphere. It may be a part of coordination sphere being a ligand. You will study it also. Don't worry. In next example, we will take care of this. Okay? So this satisfies secondary valency. How many secondary valency it satisfies? 6. So what is the coordination number? Coordination number is 6. Cobalt का coordination number is 6. What is the valency of cobalt in this? What is the valency of cobalt? See, valency of cobalt, or you can say oxidation state of cobalt, is how much? Oxidation state will always be dictated by the anions. So anion is only this one, 3 chloride ion. So 3 minus. To satisfy 3 minus, it has to be 3 plus to maintain neutrality of the salt. So the oxidation state of metal over here is, oxidation state is plus 3. Yeah? So that is it clear to everybody? Huh? We'll take another example to make it more clear to you guys. Another cobalt compound. Why I am taking all cobalt compound? Because this person has taken all cobalt compound in his experiments. That is the reason. Nothing else. Okay. So next is, first of all, let us identify the spheres. So this is the, क्या sphere है ये? Ionization sphere. How many primary valency does it satisfy? 1 chloride, 1 valency. Satisfies 1 primary valency. Okay. This is what sphere? This is coordination sphere. Okay. Next, this is central metal atom or ion. Okay. Next, what is next? Next is this 2 parts we need to identify. So if you see, this is an anion. This is an anionic ligand. Okay. It satisfies. See, ligands must satisfy secondary valency, that is for sure. So 2 secondary valency, because 1 chloride 1 valency, 2 chloride 2 valency. But it also satisfies 2 primary valency because it is an anionic ligand, and anions do satisfy primary valency. Plus 2 primary valency. Okay. This is a neutral ligand. Neutral ligand. What does it satisfy? It satisfies 4 secondary valency. Neutral ligand does not satisfy primary valency. 4 secondary valency. What is the coordination number? Total number of secondary valency, 2 here, 4 here. 2 plus 4, 6. What is the total number of primary valency? 2 here, 1 here. 2 plus 1, 3. Here, primary valency is 3. Secondary valency is 6. What is the oxidation state? Three plus. Just primary valency ko. Okay. Here now. See, here the anionic ligand is satisfying secondary valency as well as primary valency. Very nice example. Huh? Now suppose, please go through your copy right now. You have taken 2 compounds. So I ask you at this moment a question. That is, if excess AgNO3 is added to number 1, that is cobalt NH3 whole 6 Cl3, and also this number 2 compound. ठीक है? how many moles of AgCl will be precipitated per mole of this compound, है ना? So please we need to solve this. This one. Number one compound was CO NH3O6 Cl3. Here you add AgNO3 excess. Another was CO NH3O4 Cl2 Cl. Here also you add AgNO3. So it is 1 mole, it is also 1 mole. So what is going to happen? How many moles of AgCl is going to get precipitated per mole of the complex compound? See, in case this gets, first of all this is a solution. So this gets into aqueous solution. What it will form? If it gets into aqueous solution, it will form CONH3 whole 6 3 plus, right? Plus 3 Cl minus. So it is going to give 3 moles of chloride minus ions in the solution. That is going to react with this and it is going to form 3 moles of AgCl. ठीक है ना? 3 moles of AgCl. What is in this case? This if you give it in water, it will form CONH3 whole 4 Cl2 प्लस Cl। इसका उसका एडिशन 0 होना चाहिए, ठीक है? इसका टोटल एडिशन 0 होना चाहिए। 3 माइनस 3 प्लस 0, 1 प्लस 1 माइनस 0, ठीक है? So question is that why these two Cl will not get out? I have already mentioned it is a part of the ligand. It is having coordinate bonds. It cannot ionize like that. Okay? So this is a part of that non-ionizable valency at this moment. This is a part of that non-ionizable valency. This is perfectly ionizable outside the coordination sphere. Anything that gets into coordination sphere is not going to get ionized. Clear? So it is going to give 1 mole of AgCl. Now you must get some idea. Okay. We'll take another very important example, that is nickel carbonyl. You can see this one, nickel carbonyl at this moment. So what is the coordination sphere? This total compound is coordination sphere. Which is the ligand? This is the ligand. Which kind of ligand it is? It is a neutral ligand. It is neither anionic nor cation. It is neutral ligand. It is the central metal. Is there any ionization sphere over here? No. Is there any anions over here? No. So what will be the primary valency? If there is no anion, primary valency is 0. If primary valency is 0, then oxidation state of the metal is 0. Clear? नहीं? Oh, coordination number. Ligand satisfies the secondary valency. How many secondary valencies are there? 4 ligand, 4 secondary valencies. So coordination number is 4. Okay? This is an example of neutral ligand and with a metal which is having an oxidation number of 0. Clear? So after studying coordination compound, I am pretty sure many of you have heard about this iron carbonyl and nickel carbonyl in classes. ठीक है? You must have thought, ये तो हमने पढ़ा नहीं, ये कहाँ से आ गया, इसका क्यों 0 होगा, ये तो याद रखना है। याद नहीं रखना है, वो गलत टाइम पे तुमको सिखाया है। That is not the right time to teach you the oxidation state of nickel is 0. ठीक है? हर चीज का टाइम होता है, तो सिखाया क्यों जाता है? Just to show knowledge. I want to show some knowledge to you as a teacher. भाई मेरे को बहुत मालूम है, निकल का बोलो तो भाई इसमें कितना होगा, तुम नहीं मिलेगा तुमको, नहीं आएगा, नहीं कर पाओ भाई, सबको कितना मालूम। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, सर ने 12th का बुक पढ़ के रखा है, मैंने पढ़ के रखा है, इसीलिए वो क्वेश्चन दिया। तुमने नहीं पढ़ा है, तुम अभी पढ़ा, उसके बाद तुम भी जो मैं भी हूँ, सेम है, नथिंग डिफरेंट। ओके, सो डोंट वरी, आई एम प्रीटी श्योर मेनी ऑफ यू हैव सीन दिस इन क्लास 11। ठीक है, नाउ तो क्लियर हो गया क्यों जीरो है, प्राइमरी वैल्यू से सेकेंडरी वैल्यू से जानने से क्लियर हो गया। ओके, नेक्स्ट नाइस थिंग। नाउ आई विल गिव यू अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर प्रैक्टिस for this, so that you will have a little bit more idea. First of all, I want to just discuss the Warner's experiment. Warner did experiment with some compounds of cobalt. So these are the four compounds. Must be intriguing that these two compounds are not showing any differences. So we'll discuss that later. What is it? Okay. Now, when Warner studied with this compound, he found out that this compound is having a color of yellow in aqueous solution. This compound is having a color of yellow in aqueous solution. Must find some other colors in some other books, but remember the colors I am giving are from NCERT and that is considered to be correct. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज पर्पल, दिस वन इज पर्पल, थर्ड वन इज ग्रीन, नेक्स्ट इज वायलेट. Question is why these two compounds are having different colors, though the formula is same, the coordination scale is same, everything is same. Problem with these two compounds are basically isomers and they will be having different kind of distinct properties, okay, but different properties. They are isomers. So we are going to study this isomerism of inorganic compounds. Organic तो हो गया ना last year. अभी inorganic compound का isomer. So they are basically isomers. They are geometrical isomers. ठीक है? Geometrical. Cis trans polars. We'll study. Same thing is there. Now I want to just explain you one or two structures also. So यहाँ पर हो जाएगा. First of all, CO. This one, easy one. इसका जितना भी सेकेंडरी वैलेंसी है, I show by dotted lines. Just to give you an idea, a practice which will help you. Secondary valencies are satisfied by the ligands, and here the ligand is nothing but H3. Primary valency is satisfied by chlorine. That's it. Try to draw this kind of diagrams for all this. Okay? This is your homework for the first part of Warner's coordination theory. And also add excess AgNO3 to each of this compound to find out how many moles of AgCl is getting produced per mole of the complex compound you are taking. Okay guys, so this is the first part of Warner's coordination theory. We are going to coming up with our next video. Before that, please complete this exercise.